Good morning. This is Pastor Jason of Kona Faith Center with the word for today. And the word for today is faith. If we have faith and do not doubt, we will be able to do what Jesus did and even more. If we believe, anything we ask for will be given to us. Now, faith is present tense. Peter said to Jesus, "If it is you, bid me to come to you." Jesus said, "Come." In faith, Peter stepped out of the boat and walked on the water. Now, as long as Peter's focus was on Jesus, he was in faith and walked on the water. When Peter got distracted by the winds and the waves or the circumstances, he got his focus off of Jesus and Peter began to sink. Jesus' response to Peter was, "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" See, we can't be in faith and doubt in the same time, yet all of us walk that fine line between faith and doubt. Bombers. So the real question for us is not about doing the works that Jesus did, but the real question is, how do we stay in faith? Moment by moment. Because faith is present tense. It's not past tense. It's not future tense. It's present tense. Now, I think one of the keys that unlocks the faith door is our focus on Jesus. Of course, faith comes by hearing and hearing by the word. Of course, we strengthen ourselves in our most holy faith by praying in the Holy Ghost. Faith is exercised or strengthened as we exercise faith and see or experience the outcomes of faith. Faith is developed through Christian disciplines, the 7 pillars at Kona Faith Center. But faith at its foundation is a relationship with Jesus. The stronger our relationship is with Jesus, the stronger our faith will be. The more time and effort we spend building relationships, the more time and effort we spend building those relationships, the more we come to know those people we are investing time and effort into. The more we know Jesus, the more faith we will have. The more time and effort we spend building relationships, the more we trust those whom we are investing time and effort into because we know them better. Trust is usually the word that the Messianic translations use instead of faith or believe, by the way. The more we know Jesus, the more we trust Jesus, the more faith we will have, period. We have to be careful not to think that faith is something that we can pump up, because faith is not an emotion or an emotional response. Faith is a spiritual response, moment by moment, to the environment around us that knows, that trusts, that Jesus is Lord, that Jesus is Master, that Jesus is more than enough. Paul uses the phrases more and more several times. The more and more we know Jesus, the more and more we focus on Jesus. We sing the song, we will know him better. The more and more we respond in obedience to Jesus and the Holy Ghost, the more and more we will trust Jesus and follow Jesus. Once again, this is a relationship with Jesus. And the stronger our relationship with Jesus, the more faith we will have. The more faith that we have, the more we can speak to the tree or the mountain, the devil, the sickness, the disease, the storms of life, and see the results that Jesus did. Faith is present tense. Last week's faith does not work for today's encounter. So let's grow in relationship with Jesus, and if we do, we will grow in faith. The word for today is faith. God bless. Check in tomorrow.